your eyes now, but I know there's always a way. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything much smoother again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. The connections might be tangled, the power source has lost its spark, but every wire tells a story, and I can mend what's torn apart. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. When the current isn't flowing, when the signals disappear, I'll be here with tools and patience, make the static crystal clear. Every cable, every circuit, every problem that you bring, I'll restore what time has broken, make the whole world sing. So don't you worry about tomorrow, don't you stress about today. I've got maintenance for your troubles, and I'll chase them all away. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and hearts so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. Hey, Daniel, everything's good as new. Hey, Daniel, I fix you up for you.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, which means it's Judge Middleton's docket. And I like Judge Jeffery Middleton. I like all these judges. I like Judge Dave Flesher. I don't give a rat's ass if Mother Teresa is late for church. Do not drive. I love him. I do love them. So let me put this at full screen. And here we go with Judge Middleton.
How was your weekend, sir?
It was spent at mostly Fisher Lake on a boat.
Certainly hot enough for the lake.
Went out to dinner with a couple of friends for his anniversaries, and between the three couples, it was about 135 years of marriage.
Oh, wow.
150, 145, 137.
I just did a fish fry.
Where you didn't eat any fish.
No, I didn't. Well, I had shrimp.
Okay, that counts. All right, we are about to start our misdemeanor sentences. Our 10:30 defendant did not show up. Angelique Camfield is here from the prosecutor's office and Luke Knopfsinger. One of the defendants, our 11 o'clock case, is here. We'll make a record on both matters.
Yeah.
McRobert, excuse me, Mr. Judge. Miss McNeese is not.
Well, let's call that one first. Danielle McNeese, file 24.
Sir. Record.
Thank you. Thanks.
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Chronic neck pain happens when you're
People versus Danielle Marie McNeese, set for 10:30 sentencing this morning. Ms. McNeese is a resident of Kalamazoo. She was charged with possession of methamphetamine, pled to a use charge. She was positive for methamphetamine that day, and I indicated I'd probably test her again today. Set for sentencing at 10:30 this morning. She did not appear. Mr. Nossinger is here, and Angelique Camfield from the prosecutor's office. No defendant. We did check the hall. Mr. Nossinger advised he sent the number to her Edward Street address and the notice to her Edward Street address, and it came back. But I gave her the notice of the date right here in the courtroom. Have you had any contact with that client since that date?
No, Judge.
Bench warrant. Bench
One
warrant.
of the people would respectfully request a bench warrant and bond revocation.
Oh, she's pretty.
Order a bench warrant. No bond. See judge. When you're convicted by a plea, you're no longer presumed to be innocent. You're no longer entitled to a bond. So I'm going to revoke the bond. I'm going to do a 48-hour hold, which is required by statute these days for these types of cases. Boy. So if anyone knows Danielle McNeese, tell her she needs to contact her attorney, Luke Nossinger. Or present herself here at the court. The next defendant is here and has been here for a while. She's here in a timely manner. It's Brianne Lynn McRoberts. File number 533FY alleges no insurance and possession of the metallic knuckles. The defendant pled to no insurance, forfeited the brass knuckles. The matter was set for sentencing today. That allegedly occurred on February 5th of 2023. I don't know, that warrant had been out for a while, I guess. In file number 251158, that occurred this year, June of 2025. While they were serving that earlier warrant, the defendant was charged with resisting and obstructing a police officer, pled to attempting to resist and obstruct a police officer, and no valid operator's license. So the defendant is scheduled for sentencing for 2 traffic violations and a felony attempted resisting obstructing a police officer, reduced to a misdemeanor. Ms. McNeese, I told you that I would get the police report, Ms. McRoberts, and watch the video with the assistance of the prosecutor's staff. They're always very helpful. I got the video. And frankly, I don't know what to make of it. This whole thing went down in 12 seconds. You got pulled over. The officer got out of the car, and 12 seconds later, you were on the ground. From the body cam video, get another perspective of it. You weren't the most respectful MF, and once that happened, you were on the ground. But whatever you did was within seconds. Resisting and obstructing or assaulting includes all of those things. There's no evidence that you assaulted the police officer. I guess resisting and obstructing is not complying with their lawful commands, but I've certainly seen a lot worse than this. It was helpful to see the video. Anyway, having said all that, Mr. Knopfinger, what would you like me to know?
Yeah, I would add to, I know the court is aware that she was tased during this as well. So,
Yeah, I couldn't tell who tased her. All of a sudden, I didn't know if Officer Marsh, who was also there, did the tasing.
The
It all happened.
officer who walked up to the car door is the one who tased me.
I think it was Hoggard.
Hogarth? All right. It all happened so fast. It was, and I watched it several times and I couldn't tell. At any rate, that didn't sound like any fun. Then you were a hornet. You were threatening to sue everybody and dropping the F-bombs and, but up to that.
Are you looking for a way to generate an income from the comfort of your own home? Whether you're missing out on
That point, you said you're not even going to ask my name or anything, and then wham bam, you're on the ground. So, Mr. Nosser, what would you like me to know?
Well, it's it happened very I run into this sometimes too. People don't know what they can and can't do. And with the lawful order, and the resisting obstructing statute is one of the most expansive criminal statutes that includes a wide range of conduct, as the court noted, assaulting, physically pushing or injuring an officer, all the way to disobeying a lawful command, which can include getting out of a motor vehicle. And I've encountered this recently. People don't think that they have to get out of a vehicle if there is a valid traffic stop, and that is the case. I can understand. I reviewed the body cam. I initially got the case, and yeah, there was a lot of anger. It did happen very quickly. She was tased. She went to jail. I would ask the court to consider that. She has made some changes, Judge. I haven't spoken to her. I think she regrets the conduct and now understands the importance. And also reading the police report, I don't know if she knew sort of what was going on before all of this went down too.
Well, there was something that preceded it. There was some sort of an assault in progress, a dogwood at Klinger Lake, and someone alleged that she was the assaulter and had just left the area. So that's why they were pulling over in the first place.
Yeah, I think that added to sort of from law enforcement's perspective, sort of the urgency.
Well, and she had an open warrant for carrying concealed weapon. So, but the weapon was a dumb pair of brass knuckles, but you couldn't tell that from the lean dispatch that she just had a CCW, meaning you think it's a gun.
Right.
So she's a suspect and assaultive. She has an open warrant for a weapon charge, and the officer was having that in his background at the time.
Yeah, I can understand that maybe there was not so much patience, to put it gently, Judge. So,
Yes.
She's set to move into a new apartment and getting the kid ready for school. So I get the sense from her that this isn't going to happen again, Judge.
Yes.
So I would ask the court to consider all those in fashion.
Hi, I just realized I don't have a driving record in the Brianne McRoberts case. And one of the charges is no operator's license. So could you get me one? All right, thank you. All right, bye. So the charge way back when was no insurance, the 2023 case, and possession of metallic knuckles. That was during Mr. Marvin's administration, and rather than do an arrest or issue a citation, the officers would submit a warrant request and they would get a warrant. So you got stopped on February 5th of 2023 for having no insurance. And they said you were in possession of a pair of brass knuckles. That's a felony. It's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. So they sent it to the prosecutor and they issued a warrant in April of 2023. My guess is you didn't even know there was an open warrant for your arrest from April of 23. Did you continue to live on Riverside Drive?
No, I was at the homeless shelter when that incident happened with brass knuckles.
All right. So anyway, there's a warrant out from 2023 that you don't even know about. Somebody calls about this disturbance out near Klinger Lake, and they realize there's an existing warrant for your arrest. So they dismissed the brass knuckles and you pled to not having insurance. That one carries a minimum fine of $200 up to $500 plus costs. So we'll address that one in a minute. In the other case, the one that's more of a concern, that's from June. The most concerning charge is the attempted resisting obstructing. Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Angelique Camfield is here on behalf of the prosecutor's office. Ms. Camfield, what would you like me to know?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to review the defendant's criminal history, which doesn't appear to have anything of significance up until these particular instances. I will note that the report indicates that the officer, in addition to being aware of an open felony weapons offense warrant, did also indicate that there was a passenger in the vehicle and there were furtive movements being made before the vehicle came to a stop. Now, in the training and experience of an officer on the scene, that could indicate a number of things. On the top of their minds is usually there's drugs and or weapons being hidden while the stop is being made. So if she's refusing to get out of the vehicle, as she later did, and then starting to put her hand behind her back, as the report indicates, where he is unable to see it, that is what led, according to his police report, to the taser being deployed. He has somebody with an open weapons warrant and her hands where he can't see them, at least one of them, and another person in the vehicle, and he doesn't know what they may have hid prior to the stop. So I think that in that circumstance, being tasered, certainly not anything anyone would want to occur, but that was perhaps the least aggressive form of controlling the situation for the safety of everybody involved in this particular instance. I think that that needs to be taken into consideration with respect to the sentence. When somebody is being given a lawful command, a lot of these situations can be avoided if you just comply with the lawful command and not argue about whether you should or should not do it, or whether they can or cannot have you step out of the vehicle.
No.
If there's a concern about that, bring it up with their superior later, but maintain your safety and the safety of the situation by complying with the officer on the scene. That did not occur here. Now, the question is, do we need a probation period in order to make sure that this doesn't occur again and to rehabilitate and deter others from this type of behavior? I'll leave that to the discretion of the court. It seems that a short period would be appropriate in the circumstances. And I will say, particularly given the fact that she just left the scene of a disturbance where there was an alleged assault as well.
Yeah, and I can't really do anything with that. There was no charges. It's all unconfirmed.
I will note that part of the plea agreement in getting this reduced to a misdemeanor was forfeiture of the brass knuckles.
Yes.
Hey everyone, so I am asking you to please make a contribution to the Democratic National Committee.
All right. How'd you get here?
My dad.
All right, good. Your driving record isn't bad. Your driver's license is just expired. So you need to do what you need to do to get your license back. It doesn't appear to me that you're prohibited. You just didn't have a license either on that day or now. Where's your dad?
In his truck.
He didn't want to come in and watch any of this? All right, what would you like to tell me?
I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. He came up to the car, reached his hand inside my car and told me to get out. I didn't know what was going on. He followed me for a minute before he pulled me over. And when I got there, there was more officers. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, there's Kleenexes right there.
It was the only day I didn't have a licensed driver with me.
Well, you started out right off the bat with the attitude. It's like, why are you following me? You've been following me for two and a half miles. Well, he was following you because and you didn't know this. There's an issue of what he knew and what you knew. He knew there was an open warrant for your arrest for a weapons charge. You didn't even know that warrant even existed. 2, he was reported your vehicle was involved in some sort of an assaultive disturbance a couple miles away, which he knew and you didn't know. So you got 2 people that are not on the same communication level. You did have an attitude, but it all happened so fast. You started with the MF, and that was when it was wham bam. So I've certainly seen a lot worse. The problems are going to be how much this is going to cost, because there are several things involved here. In the no valid operator's license, which is 251159 ST, I'm going to order a $75 fine. I'm going to make all this part of a payment plan. In the no insurance charge, 25513FY, excuse me, 23. That's the old brass knuckles case. They didn't charge you with not having a license, which you didn't. They just charged you with no insurance. I'm going to order 1 day jail credit, 1 day. And this one, I'm going to order 1 day jail credit, 1 day. This carries a $200 minimum fine. $75 crime victims rights fee, $50 state minimum fee. That's $325 as part of a payment plan. So that's $400 just on the 2 misdemeanors. That was very good quality video. I could also make it full screen. There were several different cameras. There was the car camera, which had a timer on it, and there was a body cam camera, and then there were some other officers. In the resisting and obstructing, there's an attempt. Are you employed right now?
No,
When did you last work?
5 months ago.
Where was that?
The Indian Camp of Nazarene in Vicksburg.
One of my sons went to that camp with another kid. He didn't like it there much a long time ago. Have you been looking for a job?
No, I'm a stay-at-home mom. My boyfriend works.
You owe me a bunch of money.
I can get it to you.
Okay.
What if your eyes could regenerate themselves?
Since the late 2000s, the AREDS 2 eye vitamin.
I'm not going to order any additional jail. And I'm not going to order any probate. That's in my discretion, and she's right. I don't attitude. This brass knuckles was under the category of DUMB. You didn't need any brass knuckles. You didn't know that was a 5-year felony to possess them. But that was the felony charge, which resulted in this. Don't know what the dispute was. Somebody called the cops. This was a real nice car. Whose car was this?
My dad's. He gave it to me. It's gone now.
It was a Challenger?
No, it was a 2014 Mustang.
Oh, yeah, Mustang.
Nice car.
It was in good shape. Anyway, so what happened to that?
My dad tried to get it out, and they said
Oh, yeah,
somebody
you
sold
told
it.
me it got impounded and never was redeemed. Is that right?
Yeah, because I guess I left the scene of a crime, so they told me I can't have it back.
Regarding this?
Yeah.
Or something else?
I've been trying to get a hold of somebody to get it out of impound, and nobody will call me back. All I know is there's a hold on it. My dad told me today that they sold it. It's going to public auction or something.
Yes, I don't know. There was no reason for a police hold on this car. Well, all right, then the RNO fine is $0. $125 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee, $150 attorney fee, which is $275, part of a payment plan. 1 day jail credit, 1 day. Let me see if I have any bond. Judge Patterson gave you a PR bond, so I don't have any money in any of these files. So if we add everything up, 225 and 275 is $500 plus $75. Total is $575. How much can you pay each month?
Probably 100.
All right. Did you watch the video? No, you wouldn't like it much. You were expressing concerns about your kids or your child when you're in the back seat of the car. How many kids do you have?
I have one.
And I'm not ordering any additional jail time, but you gotta set up $100 a month payment plan. The court officer take you out to the court office. You set up the payment plan. Pay this off. That'll take about 6 months at that rate to pay it all off. And I guess my only advice would be what Judge McManus used to tell people. Even when the police officer's wrong, he's right. And the best answer to the police officer is yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And do what they ask. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you both. All right, we'll be in recess. We have a very full afternoon, including some clinker. All right, it is Tuesday afternoon, 12th of August, and at 1 p.m. today was scheduled People versus Larry Gerard Mack. The file number is 251462. Is that you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the time and date set for a preliminary examination in this matter. The defendant is charged in count 1 with possession of methamphetamine as a second or subsequent offense, which doubles the penalty from a 10-year maximum to a 20-year maximum and a $30,000 maximum fine. It's also charged as a fourth habitual offender. I guess theoretically would make this punishable by up to life imprisonment. Defendant is here with his attorney, Mr. Paul Gibson. The allegation that is here is that this occurred in the city of Sturgis on July 21st, 2025. We had a pre-exam conference last Tuesday, and Mr. Mack indicated that he wished to have a preliminary examination. And he indicated that he still wishes to have a preliminary examination. So we're here. Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Josh Robert is here on behalf of the state with Jacob Gardner from the Sturgis Police Department.
Can we place the plea offer on the record?
Yes. So we discussed this last time, but as I indicated, this is punishable after life imprisonment. What is the plea offer, Mr. Robert?
An offer was made of 1 count of possession of methamphetamine. We dismissed the drug double. We dismissed the fourth habitual offender notice. If he runs the preliminary exam today, that offer would be revoked.
This is the reason why I canceled my doorbell camera subscription.
This new subscription-free mini Wi-Fi.
That was the same offer you made last week. Mr. Mack, do you understand? You're charged, the way this is charged is punishable by up to life imprisonment. Also, these things change the sentencing guidelines. It's from fundamentally the same offense, possession of methamphetamine. If you double it and habitualize it, it changes the sentencing guidelines. One time I was very proficient with the circuit court sentencing guidelines, but that was a long time ago. They've offered to reduce all the supplemental and the double, just a simple possession of methamphetamine felony with the accompanying guidelines. He indicated last week and again today that if you do have a preliminary examination and the matter is bound over to circuit court, that plea offer will be withdrawn. Mr. Gibson, I want to make sure that we place that on the record. Are you aware of that, Mr. Mack? Do you want to talk with your lawyer a little further? Let me repeat what I told you last week. Well, maybe I didn't tell you this. I don't remember. The preliminary examination is a hearing where it must be established that there's probable cause to believe a crime was committed, probable cause that you did it. So you don't get found guilty or not guilty at a preliminary examination. It's just a hearing to see if there's enough probable cause to send the case up to circuit court. I suspect that the double and the supplementation has a big impact on the sentencing guidelines. I didn't run them, and if you have the prelim, that's all the same to me. We got witnesses here, they're ready to testify. That revokes the plea offer. So your option is to plead guilty as charged or go to trial. If you waive the preliminary examination, the matter will be bound over. There's this plea offer, and it would give your attorney the opportunity to continue to try to negotiate the case. I don't know if it's a drug court kind of case or swift and sure kind of case or what the circuit court would have in mind. But that's the circumstance we're in. I don't know if that was adequately explained to you. If you wish to talk to your lawyer further about it, you can go back, or if you want to have the prelim, we can proceed. Let me read you the language that the waiver states, so you know what it says. I, Larry J. Mack, understand I have a right to employ an attorney. I may request a court-appointed attorney if I'm financially unable to employ one. Here's the operative language. I voluntarily waive my right to a preliminary examination and understand that it will be bound over to the circuit court on the charges in the complaint and warrant or as amended. So that's the waiver language. Do you have a bind over, Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Mack, what would you like to do? Here's what we can proceed. We can take a break and let you talk to your lawyer. Or we can simply do a waiver. What's your preference?
Can I speak to my attorney momentarily?
Yes, that'd be fine. Why don't you guys go back to the lockup then? Thank you. I don't know why Judge P is doing jail arraignments today. Luke is here.
So shut in his door. He's got some involved hearings.
It looks like there was only one, so. Those guys doing the water, they did fortunately get the water turned back on. They're about there digging a hole. They dug up the lilac tree. It's been there for 45 years. And they left all the weeds that were there. I don't think that lilac bush could get saved. I used to enjoy walking out that door and smell the lilacs in the spring. But when they do the construction, if they're going to do that south end of the building, it's going to be all redone anyway. So I guess that bush was coming out either way.
So you're telling me that it's not healthy to obsess over your partner 24/7 like I do? What you've described.
In the meantime, in the world's most boringest live stream, I'm signing some substitution of counsel orders. Mr. George has lots of conflicts because he also represents the city of Three Rivers and Sturgis. I saw that letter from Kevin Kane regarding plea agreements, and now I can't find it. Oh, it's from Julie, that's why I couldn't find it. Well, that's, everything affects everything else.
Yeah.
And so that's 3 sentences, but what it does is it makes a whole bunch of work for the prosecutor's office.
When I think they're not thinking about the extra work it will make for them, because they'll have to schedule out again. In some cases, we can just take a plea.
Did you guys have input on this, or you just got this notice?
We'll just send that email.
Maybe I'll put that on my tombstone rather than the truth is somewhere in the middle. Everything affects everything else.
I'm turning 65 this year, but I have never seen any cargo pants that look and feel this good. For years.
My gosh, can you imagine if we had to do that here?
Right.
Um,
I'm gonna step out, so that's okay.
yes, thank you. Probably been faster to actually run the prelim.
He did execute the waiver form.
All right, thank you. Return to the matter of Givers Larry Gerard Mack, file number 251462. Mr. Mack, your attorney presented me with a signed waiver of preliminary examination. Is that your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you agreed to waive the preliminary examination? Have the matter bound over to circuit court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No, Your Honor.
Promise you anything? All right. Good luck, sir. The matter will be bound over to circuit court for further proceedings. The bond is set only at $1,000 cash or surety. You been able to post that bond?
Right now, it's a whole lot of weight on the family from the death last month, so I can't say that I'll be able to right now.
All right, but once the matter is bound over, the bond will remain the same. Would you give that to Josh and ask him to sign that?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mack and Officer Gardner, we won't be having a preliminary examination. You're free to go back with the court officer. This matter will be set for a status conference in the circuit court. You're good to go, sir. Josh, I'll let you keep that bind over as long as I get one back. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. Like I said, it might have been just as fast to actually do the prelim, but it does preserve his plea offer. And all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll stop the live feed. I think that's finished. I don't know. I didn't have time by the time that happened. I was in here. So here it is, evidence case downlink. I've never seen that format before. Okay, thank you. All right, this is the time for sentencing in the matter of People versus Devin Michael Ackerson. That's you, sir?
Correct, sir.
All right, this is a bit odd. The file number is 25959 SM. The defendant was charged with domestic violence, represented by attorney Tim George. Judge Pattison handled this matter and took the plea We may have had a conversation about it. I don't remember it.
Your Honor,
Yes?
this was the day that you had 70 cases and we took some over there just to take.
All right, so it was that day. So
Yes.
it would have been all right.
Yes, sir.
So he set it for sentence in front of me.
Yes, sir.
All right, that explains it. So I didn't know anything about it. I had to kind of get up to speed. All right, yes, I had a large number of misdemeanor pretrials, and Judge Pattison took, I think, 8 of Tim George's cases, which was a blessing. And this was apparently one of them. All right, that explains that. So I had asked for victim well, he didn't. I normally ask for victim input in the police report and video. I realized I didn't have it. I asked for the video and got it about a half an hour ago. So I haven't actually watched it. So let's see what we got here. Defendant has posted a bond. As far as I can tell, he spent 1 day in jail. Mr. George, what would you like me to know?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. And just to bring the court up to speed a little bit, this was a plea to 1 count of domestic violence, and the prosecutor had no objection to the deferral. You know, in reviewing the police report and just speaking frankly with my client, there's a lot of scary and ugly in this situation. Whenever you have, you know, what is best described as a toxic relationship and weapons involved, that's always a scary mix. Fortunately, everybody came out of it, you know, without anything more significant than, you know, what we're here for in front of the court today. You know, I think my client understands that there are tools that are available through a district court probation that could benefit him. He did advise me that the victim in this case is pregnant with his child and due next month. So that adds another kind of complication to the situation. So he understands that although that relationship, I think, probably on both ends, they would like it to be done, but they're going to have to find a way to coexist at least while the child is, you know, in parental care. My client isn't currently employed. He did lose his job as part of this. He is seeking employment, wants to get his CDL.
Where were you working?
They don't believe how toxic this is. If you're still using a plastic or wooden cutting board, you need to hear.
Morris Rose Auto, sir. In Kalamazoo. Morris Rose Auto. It's a recycling place for cars.
Okay.
Is seeking employment, and it's my understanding, Your Honor, there isn't really anything in the way of criminal history here. And Mr. Ackerson came in first day. We were together and entered a plea, stood up to it, and I think he's just prepared to do whatever this court wants him to do. So I know the court generally lifts the no contact provision at the time of sentencing. We'd ask for that consideration just based on the circumstances that the victim here is going to be giving birth next month, and he'd obviously like to be part of that. So like I said, I think my client's prepared to take whatever the court has to offer. I think he's eager to get that anger management under his belt and hopefully get some tools to move forward and have a more positive relationship with the mother of his child.
Well,
thank you.
You made a representation that I don't disbelieve, that it isn't in Judge Pattison's notes, that there is no objection to the deferral. That kind of changes things. It assumes there will be a deferral. Mr. Ackerson, I can't do a deferral unless the prosecutor consents. And apparently that was part of the agreement. I was hopeful to get some input from the complainant, but she's not here. Ms. Campfield, what can you share with me here?
Your Honor, my office has had contact with the complainant and she did not wish to address the court, which is the reason she is not present. Upon review of the report, considering what she has indicated to us as well as what occurred during this instance, and the fact that the defendant does not have a significant criminal history and certainly none of an assaultive nature, I do feel the deferral is appropriate. My concern here is without any classes having been undertaken to a significant level that the defendant could benefit from those, I'm concerned about his being present or having any communication and contact with this into the victim of the matter, even though she's due to give birth. I don't want there to be anything additionally volatile while she's on the throes of labor here. There was an alleged strangulation in this particular instance that was seen on video, and her head was smashed against a wall, and she did receive a laceration as a result of that. So while there isn't a history of it, I don't know what may or may not have occurred throughout this relationship that was volatile previously that was not reported. You don't usually just go right to strangulation and smashing somebody's head into the wall. Now, that being said, the defendant did indicate that there was some physicality from the victim towards him as well. So obviously both of them have some volatility. And I'm sure pregnancy hormones aren't helping. So I would just ask that the court take that into consideration when considering any terms of probation. I do think deferral is appropriate to give him an opportunity to reform and rehabilitate and not do this again. And then hopefully he can have involvement with his child's life, even if he does not get back into a relationship with the victim here.
Mr. Ackerson, what would you like me to know?
I wasn't wrong. I know I was. There's no second guess in that. I should have done it. I feel very bad about it. And I truly think anger management classes will help me out, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. We're probably going to do the whole domestic violence treatment, but whose house was this?
Mine, sir.
Are you still there?
Yes.
And she's not there?
Correct.
And somebody came and took all the guns out of the house?
My mother did.
And that was because she had a gun. But they were your guns?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
So who called your mother?
I did.
All right, and so your mother came in, so I guess that was worthwhile. Trying to figure out which house this is. Or it's the other way down Schweitzer Road. Since some dum-dum hit the bridge again, and we can't go over the covered bridge, and I've been taking Schweitzer Road, but your house would be east of Covered Bridge Road.
It's right next to the old schoolhouse. Right next door, sir.
Okay, all right, right on the river.
Yep.
All right, I got it. I'm familiar with that house.
They did open the bridge up yesterday. It's like,
they did?
Yep.
All right. But as Mr. George said, this is ugly. I did not watch the video. After I detained Garcia, she advised there was video footage of the incident on her phone. In the first video, you can clearly see Ackerson kicking dents into Garcia's car. There was no MDOP charge. When Garcia goes to walk into the house, Ackerson runs behind her, grabbing her by the throat, slammed her against the side of the house, then pushes her, causing her to hit her head on the electric meter. The second video shows a clip of Ackerson grabbing Garcia by the leg and throwing her to the ground on the back porch. It also shows him grabbing Garcia's pants and ripping them down to her ankles. It should be noted that Garcia is 6 months pregnant at this time. So the officers actually called and had you arrested in Kalamazoo. How long were you in Kalamazoo? Or did they bring you straight down here?
Straight here, sir.
What were you fighting about?
Going to work.
Very often the people say, I can't remember what we were fighting about. This was a knockdown, drag out fight. You're kicking dents in her door, slamming her head against the wall, yanking her pants down to a pregnant lady. There's a separate charge for assaulting a pregnant individual. They didn't charge that. When you say fighting about going to work, What does that mean?
I was trying to leave for work and she says, you don't have time for me or the baby. I'm like, I'm trying to go to work. I got bills to pay. And yeah, then she goes off trying to vandalize my property. And that's when I threw her around because I was tired of my bike getting hit.
Oh boy. I just spent some time with a couple that are struggling with custody and visitation on a 6-year-old child. This doesn't bode well for your new child. But apparently she does not object to deferral. Prosecutor doesn't object to deferral. You don't have much of a criminal history. Have you seen the videos?
I was there, so I don't need to see it.
All right. Well, it might embarrass you to see it.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. I know I am.
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Chronic neck pain happens when your cervical.
There doesn't appear to be alcohol as a component here. This is scary stuff. All right. In for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to do a 24-month probation, meaning you could discharge at the end of 12. I'm ordering 31 days jail. Credit 1 of the 31 days ordered. 30 are deferred. I'm hanging 30 days jail over your head for your compliance with my order. Fine is 0 because you're going to owe a lot for the class. There's a $75 crime victims' rights, a $50 state minimum fee, $150 attorney fee, $960 probation oversight, which can be reduced by half if you do this in 12 months. I'm predicting that this will be a 12-month probation. But this domestic violence full class is 26 weeks. You're to pay for the class. This is more than anger management. Now, this was over the years an excellent class, and everybody felt it was worthwhile. I have $1,235. Not sure that's right. And then again, 125, 150, and 960. And that 960 could be split in half. 1,235. I think I have some bond money in
And I was just asking my client, he indicated that there was a cash bond that was paid.
I can't find it, but I believe that it's in there. By $900 a bond. Some of this will go towards the class. All right, you're going to the full domestic violence class. No assaultive or threatening behavior, which is the #1 condition. You're to complete the domestic violence treatment class. Drug and alcohol screens as directed. You're to abstain from the use of alcohol and any controlled substance, including marijuana. Submit to a test on request of a police officer or probation officer. The no contact provision is lifted. So if she wants to reinstate it, she can contact the prosecutor's office. But you're no longer on bond, you're on probation. So we're not fearful that she will be induced not to testify. You've accepted responsibility and entered a guilty plea. We have supervision from the probation department that says no assault or threatening behavior, which will hopefully put some additional level of security. You're not living together. It won't take much for me to order the jail time. This case probably deserved, I didn't watch the videos, probably I would have been more incensed. But I'm following the plea agreement. And it's your time to redeem yourself. If you can follow the conditions of this, the charge will be taken off your record. there'd be no public record of the conviction. Have you ever been previously convicted of any assaultive crime?
No, sir.
How did you come to own this little cottage there on the river?
What do you mean by that, sir?
Did you buy this house or
Yes,
was
I
it, how many years ago?
2023, so 2 years.
Do you fish?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you get a front row seat when people bash into the.
Oh, I got that when that camper hit that. I got it.
Well, the one camper guy hit it and knocked his camper off the back of his truck.
Oh, yeah, that one too. Correct.
And there was a fatal accident, a bad one, just on the other side of the bridge. The young Bingham girl. Her family keeps it up. All right, I want you to take this form down to the probation department. We're gonna get you plugged into probation. All right, sir, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. Angelique, do you know anything about the prelim at 1? That's generally not your province.
I do not.
Larry Mack is set for a prelim at 1. I don't know if that's a go or not. Guess we'll find out at 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Imagine being.
Are you looking for a way to generate an income from the comfort of your own home? Whether you're missing out on precious.
But one of them doesn't appear to be your case. I'm gonna have to do a separate little search for it. It's under Musselman. I was looking for Balizé. All right, you got charged. I don't know why it says Balizé, because it's Sonny Michelle Musselman. It's alleged that in March that you did give false information regarding domestic violence to Chief William Burgoyne of the White Pigeon Police Department, commonly known as false report of a misdemeanor, which is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The allegation is that you made some sort of allegation of domestic violence that later was either, recanted. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
All right, would you like me to appoint an attorney for you?
Please.
This happens a lot in domestic violence cases. There's an allegation of domestic violence which is later recanted. So both stories can't be true. Either
I don't know
was
what
an
I
assault.
lied about. I really don't. I'm really confused on why I'm even here.
All right, well, it says that you told the police that pre-trial hearing, Sonny told the court that Andrew did not grab her or shake her. You told Chief Burgoyne that he assaulted you in January, shoved you and shook her during an argument about infidelity by him, and he got arrested. Then you were in court in front of Judge Pattison on March 20th, and they got the transcripts of the court hearing, and you testified in court that he did not grab you or shake you. And you said you were high on methamphetamine, and you fell back onto the window. So the prosecutor reviewed those, and they watched the video of what you told Chief Burgoyne. And then they looked at the transcript of what you told Judge Pattison. One of them isn't true. So you're left with either a false report of a misdemeanor or perjury, which is often what happens when somebody recants on a domestic violence. So we'll see, but I'll show now that you're pleading not guilty.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I don't know if I heard you correctly, but I thought you said that the file number was 1145. It's actually 1146.
1146, yes.
I just wanted to make sure that. you got
All right,
that.
thank you. It
Okay.
may be a vision problem rather than a misstatement problem. We have not guilty. You'll appoint an attorney and set an attorney pretrial for the first Friday of September, which will be 9/5. Are you missing work right now?
Yes, I'm in payroll, so, and then today's my deposit day, so
All
I'm
right, well,
stressing on time.
All right, I'll get you back out there. You go out to the counter and they'll give you the lawyer's name and number.
Okay.
Did you get fingerprinted today?
No, they're gonna do that.
All right. All right, you go out to the counter. They'll do your fingerprints. They'll give you your attorney's name and number. I want you to call the attorney, make an appointment, discuss this with them. As I indicated, there's a body camera video of what you told the officer, and there's a transcript of what you told the judge. So your lawyer will want to get that information and discuss it with you and see how they want to proceed here.
Okay.
All right, you're
All
good to
right,
go.
thank you.
Mr. Poole? No, I'm not sure what's up. There it is. But apparently a lot of people didn't show up. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Poole, the original charge in this file was 2251016 ST, was driving suspended. You had an unpaid ticket. You also had some Indiana issues.
Yes, sir.
We set this for July 10th at 8:30. You were going to pay the old ticket. And then you didn't show up on July 10th. So rather than do a bench warrant, I did a show cause to find out why you didn't show up on July 10th.
Well, I just got my wires crossed. Kind of forgot. Been busy with my mom and dad. They're both not doing the greatest. So,
Well, have you paid your old ticket?
yes, sir.
Unfortunately, the prosecutor isn't here.
And also contacted Indiana with the arrest or the officer that pulled over my twin and left messages. Been trying to get back with him so I can see what happened there, but I still haven't gotten anything yet. It's been about 2 weeks now.
So you paid your St. Joe County ticket.
Yes, sir.
The government is neutering this $39 electric lighter next month, and this is your last chance to get the original version.
Still working on the Indiana case.
Yeah, I'm trying.
What's your twin's name? Nathaniel?
Yes.
That's not a very good thing to do to your brother.
No, it's been ongoing since you were about 18, 17.
I had a case once with some girls that I knew. They used to babysit for me. One girl said she was her sister, and the mail came for the sister not appearing, and she hid the mail. Her sister got arrested and went to jail for a charge that her sister did. Eventually, we sorted it out, but that girl owes her sister a day in jail.
Yeah, I'm all too familiar with that.
Unfortunately, the city attorney isn't here today. He was here on July 10th. And you were supposed to be here, and I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of arresting you. So are you still at 9th Street?
Yes, sir.
Are you still working on the Indiana thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him actually when I get out of work today at 3 o'clock.
Are you missing work right now?
Yeah, I had to leave to come here.
All right, let me get you back to work. I'm gonna reset this. 2 weeks for pre-trial with TR. No, this is a county case. All right, we'll reset it, see if you can take care of the Indiana thing. I think the prosecutor didn't give you some consideration. I'll set this for Thursday, August 21st, and I'll be gone that day. Thursday, August 28th. Bring whatever you get from Indiana, or you can get back to work, and let's see if we can get more information. All right, you're good to go. There's no bench warrant, but try to show up on the right day. I didn't want to do a warrant.
Thank you.
All right, you're good to go. We have both felony pre-exams, orders to show cause, and pre-trials and arraignments. So there's a lot of different categories of people. I don't see David Havens, but he's not set till 8:30. Lindsay Miller, that's 8:45, so some of those people aren't late yet. All right, I've got a bunch of arraignments, and I don't know if I got any of the people.
I'll get your sheet.
Kevin Beebe, Betty Bell. Remember Betty Bell?
I don't know, it's something that's familiar.
Yeah, we dealt with her back in the
Way
day.
back in the way back. I think.
She was married to my classmate, Franklin Delano Roosevelt White Jr. Seth Carr. We're not doing too well. Send Michelle out to round everybody up. Roy German. Right. Jennifer Shoemaker. Hey, it was too much of a nice day, or Canadian wildfire smoke or something. Teresa Standish. Wow, all those people are failed to appear. Well, we'll set those aside and we'll have Michelle go out and round them up.
Do you want me to wait around a little bit?
Yes, please,
Yeah.
if you would. Let's talk about our pre-trials.
I will be back in a few minutes.
Do you have Trey Hensley in the back? Cheryl K. Kalu is not back there, is she?
I believe that's the other one.
Arpana?
I'm sorry. I had him talking to.
Okay, Arpana, Cheryl Gahan Kalu.
Yes, that's the one I
Why
have.
don't you bring her in?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Gibson.
Good morning.
I've got Sarah Brenner from the Attorney General's office in the waiting room. Would you like to confer with her?
Yes.
Laura, would you open up the Zoom room so I can have Mr. Gibson confer with the Attorney General regarding Mr. McGann or Mr. Higgins. Mr. Higgins, you owe me some money. We're going to talk about that too. You got a number of unpaid tickets and other things we'll address. All right. Let's see about our other personnels. Good morning.
Hey everyone, so I am asking you to please make a contribution to the Democratic National Committee.
I lost track of you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether you were in custody or not. Judge Pattison was handling your stuff. We've got 2 old Three River City cases filed. 24835OM is a disorderly person charge from May of 2024. File 24952 is an old disorderly person charge from September, or also May of 2024. One was May 11th, one was May 30th. The city attorney, Mr. Tim George, says he would dismiss one charge for a plea to the other. You were in jail for 15 days and then you were out, and I'm not clear. What, are you in jail on a Kalamazoo charge?
No, they just ran my name and saw that I had open a warrant, so they brought me down here on the 27th. But I've been living homeless in Kalamazoo since basically June of last year.
I knew that, and I felt bad about it. I do. Did you lose your house?
Yeah, after I got out of jail last year, I mean, I hadn't been able to find a job in town since like January, since I quit American Axle. I don't know what is going on in Three Rivers, but sometimes I was too overqualified, and sometimes it's just being an outsider in this town. I couldn't even get a job as a waitress at Mr. V's Dairy Bar. Like, I don't know what was going on.
Well, you got, it shows here 101 days of jail credit. How long have you been in jail here in Centerville?
Since last year, I'm not sure.
When did you most recently get picked up?
It was for the open warrant from last year for skipping out on probation.
All right, okay. And so you've been in jail now since
just a week and a half, since not this past Saturday.
July 27th.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 4 days in July and 5 days in August. That's 9 days.
July, I didn't do any time. I was in on March 31st till April 16th.
All right, and then, yeah, Judge Pattison gave you 15 days. Then when did you most recently get arrested?
Just now, a week and a half ago.
Okay, so that's 9 days. I'm going to give you credit for time served. If you plead to one of these, I'll dismiss the other one on motion of the city attorney. Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
All right, well, let's take a look at these. I'm not sure if they're in my queue. Did you ever figure out the estate stuff?
My uncle ended up buying the house on auction for barely anything and has not helped me in any way whatsoever. So he's known. I mean, they reported me missing October last year.
I've been looking for you I might have been one of the people that reported you missing way back when you went off the grid. And then I found that you were homeless and in one shelter or another in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And I was not.
There's more help for people over there than there is down here.
Than there is. Now, my other thought is that you had some inheritance somewhere, either here or India, that was.
India, but with the felony charge, I don't know what I can really do.
All right, well, let's take care of these. I hate to even see you like this.
The inheritance is not much. I actually told my dad's sister to take it.
All right. So basically you're back at ground zero.
Yes.
No family
I'm 40
support.
years old.
Yes, you're a very intelligent woman. How are you doing with your alcohol issues?
It's been rough. Not that I'm back on and I can't survive without it, but just it's stressful being homeless and the situations that arise on a daily. And it's only until recently that I decided that I would stay in Kalamazoo. So for the past year, I've just been in limbo, trying to decide if I want to stay here or go be closer to family. But I have a lot of loose ends to tie up here. Plus, there's some good colleges. So still haven't figured it out. Western, U of M, or Michigan State. I'm thinking Western.
Okay.
Well, I knew you'd be happy about me going back to school and getting a nice degree. Maybe with Stryker.
Well, it's good to have some goals. At 2:45 a.m. on April 11th, Main Street.
I was
You
going to buy
got arrested.
cigarettes.
Do you remember even what the deal was?
I was on my way to the gas station to buy cigarettes. It's not my fault that people think it's weird in this town to go buy cigarettes at 2:45 in the morning. I lived in big cities. I didn't have a car. I was walking. There's no sidewalk. I was walking on the street. It's not my fault. The city.
Well,
doesn't
your
have
blood
sidewalks.
alcohol was 0.226. So, when you
I was
taken,
walking.
yes,
Was not in a vehicle. Yeah.
but you got into it with the clerk,
Yeah, she refused to sell me cigarettes. I don't know why.
probably because you were quite drunk.
Yeah, but
All
she
right, so are you willing
accused
to
me-
plead to that charge and I'll dismiss the other one?
Sure.
All right. Now, let me ask you a couple questions. Other than what I told you here, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
No,
or threaten you?
no.
Do you understand? And this applies to everybody. By pleading to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. It will not be a trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Ms. Jeanette Jackson is here from the Public Defender's Office, but you could also have had an attorney appointed to represent you. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Understand?
Yes.
So we pled in the April 11th. Or May 11th.
Did you know that some dealerships will turn off the check engine light codes on their cars and you'll buy that car not
Now, I'm gonna let you out of jail unless there's something else holding you. Do you have a hold?
No.
Where are you gonna go?
The goal is to try to get back to Kalamazoo. I just don't know how.
Well, you'll just be standing on the steps of the jailhouse?
I'll start walking.
You
Maybe
need a
I'll
bus
get there
pay? You
by
need
the
a-
end of the week.
Okay, well, it's Tuesday. It gives you till Friday.
Sometimes I get distracted and then need a nap. Like, oh, something's shining over here.
Like an octopus's guard
Or a squirrel.
or a squirrel. I don't even know what to say here, Cheryl.
I don't either. I mean, hopefully I can find a ride into town.
Well, if
And
you
then
need
try
a
to
bus
convince my
pass,
uncle.
you stop here and I'll give you one.
Yes, please. Because I'd actually been talking to Lauren from Pivotal yesterday, and I was telling her I need, because ISK is in Kalamazoo, and I've missed a couple of meetings, so they ended up kicking me out of the program, but she said they can't actually do that. So I'm trying to get back in the program so I can get like the help I need, because I like that they are about harm reduction rather than complete abstinence. Like, that's one thing I didn't appreciate about AA is just they're very cut and dry. That's why I like smart recovery and stuff like
Well,
that.
you know my opinion, you can't
Yeah.
drink at all. You
Yeah,
got a genetic predisposition to alcoholism. You've had a lot of stress and trauma in your life and it's killing you.
yeah.
I'm gonna give you 9 days jail, credit 9 days. I'm waiving all the fines, including the mandatory $125 fine.
Thank you.
I am concerned about what you're gonna do when you're standing on the front steps of the jail.
And you said walk over here and you'll give me a ride.
Well, I'll give you a bus pass. I can't give you a ride. I
Right,
could
but
probably
that
get
only
you,
goes as far as Three Rivers.
I could get you a ride to Union City, but you don't wanna go that way. All right, as long as there's nothing else holding you, you're gonna get out of jail here this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, good luck to you. I'll probably see you sometime soon, but I hope not. I hope you get situated and get in a better
Oh,
position.
no, you will hear from me because I made a list of all the things I have to do when I get out. You're at the top of the list. I'm sending you an email.
All right, I'll be here for another year and a half anyway. All right, you're good to go.
You're fine. Yeah, so gotta make you new business card for when you retire.
Okay, I need a new business. She had designed some business cards for me one time when she was in sobriety court. I'm not sure who else I got. I lost Mr. Gibson. Let's see if we got Laura hasn't got the Zoom room opened up. I do have another guy in custody. Is Dante Wright here? Come up to the podium there. See what my note says about you. Oh, all right. Are you Dante Elijah Wright?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Wright, you're charged with retail fraud in the 3rd degree under Three Rivers City Ordinance. The way it's charged presently, it's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to $90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The city attorney has agreed to dismiss that charge if you plead to a civil infraction. Three Rivers has an ordinance for retail fraud, which makes it also a civil infraction. Civil infraction is not a crime. It's like a speeding ticket or running a stop sign. The allegation is that you were in Walmart, where everybody is, and you stole something worth less than $200. That's alleged to be.
Introducing the only prescription hair regrowth gummy on the market, the Minoxidil Plus Biotin Gummy by Hers.
$27 worth of something, $28 worth of something, a bottle of alcohol. You'd apparently worked at Walmart previously. I have a video of this. So the city attorney would dismiss the misdemeanor charge if you plead to the civil infraction of taking a bottle of liquor worth $28. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Are you willing to do that?
Dismiss the case and all that?
Yes, and you owe me $100.
Okay. I'll plead guilty to that. I just had a job interview here in Three Rivers at McDonald's. So this Friday they'll be getting back with me.
All right, well, this isn't a guilty because it isn't a crime. It's a civil infraction, so you'd be responsible. So this won't show up on a criminal record.
Okay.
You had all that stuff when you were a kid at the Clark station.
I paid that all off, did time for it, got my own place now.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Marvin didn't know what to do with that, and I guess I don't blame him. He went the extra mile for you, kept you from going to prison. I guess it could have been a lot worse than it was. But this is a civil infraction, punishable by a $100 fine. So are you willing to admit that on that day you took a bottle of alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was it?
They said it was Jack Daniels.
All right. I think they recovered it. Your own place is on 8th Street?
Yes.
All right. Did you move away from Three Rivers, or have you been here ever since?
Since I got out of trouble, I moved to Cassopolis with my mother, and then I ended up meeting a girl, and I moved with her and her family to Vandalia. And me and my girl got our own place, so we ended up back in Three Rivers. Try to stay away from Three Rivers, but
well, you can be all right here, but don't do dumb stuff
yeah,
like
I know.
this.
I learned my lesson now.
I'm sure you did. Bet you didn't.
All right, fine and cost is $100. So you're barred from Walmart.
What does barred mean, Your Honor?
What? Barred means you can't go in there.
Okay.
For 1 year. You owe me and the city of Three Rivers $100. That's due by September 5th. You pay that in 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Wright, you're good to go. Paul, I'm trying to get that Zoom room opened up. I've got Sarah Brenner on standby, and the conference room is open if you're ready to talk with her.
Okay, should I go into the?
Yes, go into the conference room. Is Jordan here yet? Yes.
I can't inquire security, like, no.
All right.
One out of two.
Oh, for arraignments? Felicia Slater's not here.
No, sir.
Her speed.
It's not here yet.
She on her way?
You want me to call her?
We'll give her a ride.
Okay.
Okay, we'll pick her up. Good morning, sir. Are you Joseph Tanner Richards?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richards, you got a ticket on January 15th. You're charged with operating while intoxicated. They also charge you with no insurance under the insurance code and open intox. Those are all misdemeanors. They are, okay. Well, yes, that's why I asked. Also, would you let them know that Vivian is in the waiting room waiting for her cases? Good morning. I knew you had this deal going on, so.
Yeah, I have had some issues, so I just want to go with my guy real quick.
Okay. All right, Mr. Richards, the upshot of all this is it appears the prosecutor is going to dismiss all the charges for a plea to impaired driving. Is that correct?
He has two separate files, Your Honor. Both of them are OWIs.
Oh, yes.
And they're both going to
OWIs?
be impaired.
In both?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they do. 25951.
This pouch gets into the mice's nose and sends them running out of your home. This is corn mint, citronella, and linseed.
SD is operating while intoxicated. 25145 SD is operating while intoxicated. Let's take a look at these. The 951 case occurred on May 20th, Washington and Water Street in Constantine, 11:23 in the evening. May 20th was a Tuesday night. Of course, they don't have these next to each other. The other case was January 25th. Riverside Drive and 131. Another truck with a driver asleep at the wheel in the middle of an intersection. Had one of these yesterday. All right, let's talk about these. Everything's going to be dismissed, but 2 counts of impaired driving. Impaired driving is a lesser included offense of operating while intoxicated. If there were just one, it would carry a fine of up to $300, up to 93 days in jail, 4 points on your driving record, and will allow you to keep a restricted driver's license. If you have 2 of these, which you have, I believe the Secretary of State's going to suspend your driving privileges for 2 drunk driving cases within 7 years. This could be potentially a sobriety court case.
That's our intention, Your Honor.
I don't know why this isn't more on my radar, but one thing I guess we'll review to see whether you're eligible for placement in sobriety court. What do you do, sir?
I work in a trailer factory and I do construction.
All right, we got several people in our program that work in trailer factories. Which one are you in?
Dutchman, 815, right there in Middlebury.
And they start about 4:30 in the morning and everybody's out of work by 1, which makes it possible to do our sobriety court in the afternoon. All right, well, let's talk about this. By entering the plea to these 2 charges, you're going to give up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. There will be no trial. You signed this acknowledging that you're giving up those rights by entering this plea. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take the first one first. January 25th, which is a Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. Where were you going? Riverside Drive and 131.
I was headed to work that morning and
oh gee whiz, you're going to work?
yeah, I was at my mom. My mom lives on Riverside Drive and Me and my brothers were there drinking.
You were working on a Saturday
Yeah, I was going to work on a Saturday, yeah.
at a 0.18 blood alcohol level?
Yeah, I woke up and, I got down the road and wasn't feeling good, so I pulled over. And that was it.
Yeah, you were asleep at the wheel. Oh my. All right. If that wasn't enough of a red flag, you got arrested again a few months later. Let's talk about that one. That was Tuesday, May 20th, North Washington and Water Street, about 11:30 at night. Where was that? What were you going that night?
I was going to get my truck from town. I got dropped off in the trailer park. My baby mama was staying. She had my truck. And I was picking it up. It was about 6:30 at night, but
Judge, he's ready.
by the time I got to jail, it was about 11.
Well, he's ready. Is anybody else ready? I haven't heard from any of the lawyers. Luke is back there. I advised. So I don't know if they need the breakout room to talk to their clients. I haven't heard from anybody.
Okay.
Of course, it's only 8:40. There are 4 of them. Vivian's on standby and she's got a tight schedule this morning.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
check to see what's going on.
Mr. George, what was the blood alcohol in that case?
That was a 0.09, Your Honor.
That was in May. Mr. Richards, when did you have your last drink?
2 weeks ago.
All right,
roughly.
give or take. All right, you need to get on the bus now. I show a Marcellus address, but you don't really live in Marcellus, do you?
Yeah, I just moved into Constantine.
There's a couple options here. One is to just give you 90 days and then we finish that, give you another 90 days. As a matter of protection of the public. Another option is to start to work on getting sober. Which means what I'm interested in you doing is not waiting till I hit you in the head with a board and tell you gotta go to treatment. I want you to start to go to AA or other support group before we talk about this further. Sometimes that is what happens. They don't do anything until I make them do it. But we're gonna set these both for screening and sentencing. You live locally. You got some resources, you got a job. You certainly got alcohol issues, and I think you could be a good candidate for our program. Tim, are you available on Monday, August 25th at 11?
Yes, sir.
Dismiss all other cases.
At HJLL Affiliates, we specialize in performance marketing for the US nutraceutical.
For August 25th. At 11, I mean, summer is fleeting. All right, Mr. Richards, I want you to take this out to the counter. I'm gonna put sobriety card.
Let's make sure that something's turned off, please.
Thank you, Michelle. Well, I can't find a sobriety card referral in there, but I put that on here. All right, you take that out to the calendar. I'm gonna see you on August 25th at 11 a.m. We're gonna discuss both of these. Alexander Conley. Luke, good morning. I've got Vivian in the background. Do you need her assistance to consult with your client?
No, Joe. Well, maybe. Mr. Lopez Montoya is in the gallery. He brought a friend who translated. It is a City of Sturgis case.
Okay.
And we're gonna have it set for last pretrial. I don't think that we need Vivian in that.
We can do that. Have him, we'll take him up in a minute. Is that the only one you've got?
No, I have Mr. Garcia Alvarez. He's here. I haven't spoken to him.
All right, would you like to go in the conference room and have me set you up with Vivian so you can speak with him?
Yeah, I can track it down.
All right, why don't you take him down? Good morning, everybody. It's quiet in here. The air hand. And there's lots of people in here. Tim, did you give me a waiver of rights on this one?
This is just gonna be a final pre-trial.
Oh, it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I misunderstood. All right, are you Alexander Bryant Conley?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Conley, let's talk about your case. Gosh, Mr. Richards also has $1,683 unpaid fines and costs. All right, this is file 251229SD. You're Alexander Bryant Conley. You're charged with operating with a high blood alcohol level and felon or possession of a firearm while under the influence. Those are both misdemeanor offenses. You wish at this point to continue your plea of not guilty and have the matter set for final pretrial. Is that correct, Mr. George?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you still at the Union City address?
Yes, sir.
You posted a bond in compliance with your bond. So I don't have the date right now where that last pretrial will be, but we'll get one. So you need to stay in contact with your lawyer. I can tell you it will be on a Thursday afternoon. We'll coordinate probably several of these for the same date for Mr. George. But you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, let's open the conference room. It's on mute and the camera's dark. Richard Stahl. Vivian, Luke's trying to round up his client. This is People versus Richard Eugene Stahl. That's you, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Stahl, you're charged here with domestic assault. We get lots of those. Unfortunately, we had a bunch of them this week. Almost every day, somebody got arrested overnight for domestic assault, including last night. In your case, let's find the complaint. The allegation is that you assaulted Constance Stahl, your spouse. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. prosecutor has agreed to dismiss that charge for a plea to disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace is a old-fashioned simple misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Do you understand the charge?
Yes,
Are you going to plead to that?
yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this
No,
or promise you anything?
no.
All right, this doesn't sound good. You can always tell there's many a problem. Said, how much have you been drinking? And your answer was a lot. The next to that, and the legal definition is too much. Assault in progress at the trailer park. Richard Stull said they had an argument, and you got upset. Your wife got upset because you were drinking, and you threw your wallet at her and spilled some chips. So did you and your wife get in an argument at your trailer?
Yes,
And did you throw your wallet at her?
yes.
Now, there's a no contact provision in here. Where are you staying right now?
With my daughter.
I'm about to lift it. Let's see how long you were in jail for. You posted bond here. Overnight. Mr. Stoll, do you have any source of income?
Disability.
You're in the same boat as you were in the other case. You're about the same age as the other guy, 7 or 8 years behind me.
What if your eyes could regenerate themselves?
Since the late 2000s, the AREDS2 eye vitamin has
All right, and taking it out of a crime victim's rights purview when they turn it into a disturbing the peace. He's drunk, they have an argument, he throws his wallet at her. I can see why they reduced this. It did hit her, but I don't know that was much consequence. $75 crime victims rights fee, $75 state minimum fee, and a $75 fine. Again, I'm gonna waive the attorney fee. $200 on a payment plan. 1 day jail credit, 1 day. I have a list of people that owe me money, and there's a lot of people on it today, but I don't think you are. Mr. Stahl, I want you to go out to the counter. Bailiff will take you out there to set up a payment plan in this case. I took the attorney fee out of it, and your attorney certainly earned his money, but it would take enough to get $200 paid. I want you to pay at least $25 per month. All right, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, you're good to go.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Miss Conley's in custody. If Jordan needs to cut in, I can go out and talk to some other folks. And
That's fine. Okay. Jordan is like that. All right. Luke, are you ready to go?
Oh, if Luke needs to go for the interpreter.
No, he's going to confer. We need you to open the room. Luke, can you hear me? What are we doing for you, Jordan?
We're setting Mr. Alcantar for a last pretrial. Mr. Peters is in custody, and that's going to be a plea.
And Mr. Alcantar need an interpreter? Laura or Kim or somebody, could you help Luke in the conference room? He's got the camera turned off.
Did he say he couldn't hear you guys? No, like, I'm saying, the place for the paperwork.
Who's in there?
Anything with camera.
Well, the camera's turned off. I don't know who's in there. We can't find Luke. Life's a struggle.
I'll shut off my camera.
All right. You were charged with having a high blood alcohol level.
Usted enfrenta el cargo de alto nivel de alcoholemia.
It's punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $750.
Conlleva una máxima penalidad hasta 6 meses de cárcel y una multa hasta $750.
And no valid operator's license.
Y no tener una licencia de conducir.
Luke, my recollection was when he got arrested in June, he got a new drunk driving charge.
I don't know that, Judge. My understanding was that it was drugs.
All right.
Lo que recuerdo yo es que cuando le detuvieron, le pusieron un nuevo cargo de alcohol.
Are you looking for a way to generate an income from the comfort of your own home? Whether you're missing out on
I guess it was driving without a license.
Creo que fue conducir sin licencia.
In this case, the prosecutor has agreed to dismiss all the charges if you plead to operating while intoxicated first offense.
En este caso, el agente del Ministerio Público está de acuerdo con desestimar todos los cargos si usted contestaría culpable al cargo de conducir en estado de ebriedad primera vez.
That is a misdemeanor.
Es un delito menor.
Punishable by up to 93 days in jail.
Conlleva una penalidad máxima hasta 93 días de cárcel.
And a fine of up to $500.
Una multa hasta $500.
Are you going to enter a plea to that charge?
¿Va a contestar culpable a ese cargo?
Yes. Luke,
Yes.
did you give advice of rights in Spanish?
No, I didn't, Judge.
Luke le dio la hoja de notificación de derechos en español. No, su señoría.
Senor Garcia Alvarez, if you plead guilty to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. Do you understand?
Señor García Álvarez, si usted acepta ese acuerdo, estará renunciando a su derecho de llevar el caso a juicio frente a un juez o frente a un jurado. ¿Entiende usted eso?
Do you understand, sir?
Soy culpable.
¿Entiende usted eso? I'm guilty.
I understand.
Entiendo.
You have a right to have a lawyer, and he's here with you, Mr. Knopfinger.
Usted tiene el derecho a tener un abogado que le represente y él le acompaña hoy, el licenciado Knopfinger.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf.
Si hubiera un juicio, usted tendría el derecho de testificar por parte de usted.
But you don't have to because you have a right not to testify.
Pero en un juicio también tiene el derecho de no testificar.
You have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath.
Cualquier testigo en el caso puede ser ordenado por el juez a comparecer en un juicio para testificar bajo juramento.
And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
También usted tiene el derecho a la presunción de inocencia hasta que el Ministerio Público puede comprobar que usted es culpable más allá de una duda razonable.
If anybody else has a Spanish-speaking client, please make sure you give them their advice or rights, because that's 5 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. You don't need to translate that. All right, sir, were you driving a car way back on November 15th of 2021?
Señor, en la fecha 15 de noviembre 2021, ¿estaba conduciendo usted un auto?
Sí.
Yes.
It was a long time ago. Let's take a look at when and where it was.
Eso fue hace mucho tiempo. Vamos a echar un vistazo. ¿Dónde ocurrió eso?
Driving the wrong side of the road late at night.
Conduciendo en vía contraria, tarde en la noche.
They gave you a breath test, 0.19 and 1.8.
Le dieron una prueba con el alcoholímetro, salió 0.19, 0.18.
What were you drinking?
¿Qué es lo que tomaba?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
Do you remember where you were going?
¿Se acuerda dónde iba?
Ya no recuerdo la fecha cuando me agarraron.
I don't remember the date when they stopped me.
November 15th.
Fue el 15 de noviembre.
On August 22nd, I told viewers that the road to artificial general intelligence was already bringing.
All right, will you accept that you got arrested on November 15th? They gave you a breath test and the result was 0.187?
Entonces, ¿acepta usted que le detuvieron el 15 de noviembre? Le detuvieron, le hicieron la prueba con el alcoholímetro y el resultado salió a 1.87. ¿Acepta usted eso?
Soy culpable, me agarraron.
I'm guilty.
All right. Then you disappeared for several years.
Luego usted se desapareció por varios años.
And we didn't see you until you got arrested again for driving without a valid license.
Y no le volvíamos a ver otra vez hasta que le detuvieron por conducir sin licencia.
I'm going to set this for sentencing, and I want you to show up so we can complete this.
Voy a fijar fecha para la imposición de la condena Y quiero que usted comparece para dar eso por finalizado.
So let's pick a date that works for your lawyer.
Vamos a fijar fechas que funciona para su abogado.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Does September 8th work for you, Luke?
El 8 de septiembre está bien para el licenciado Luke.
Oh, September 8th.
That's a Monday.
At what time, Judge?
11?
Yes. Yes, that works.
Sí, está bien.
I've been saying this a lot lately.
Yo he dicho eso mucho últimamente.
Last year, a quarter of our drunk drivings were Mexican men without valid licenses.
Un cuarto de los casos que vemos aquí son casos de conducir en estado de ebriedad. Son hombres mexicanos que no tienen licencia de conducir.
And often the driving facts are very bad, like this case.
Y a menudo los hechos son malos, igual que este caso.
And the blood alcohol is very high, like this case.
Y el nivel de alcoholemia es muy elevado, igual que este caso.
The federal government, I saw this week,
El gobierno federal, que yo vi esta semana,
wants to deport 7,000 people a day.
quiere deportar a 7,000 personas al día.
And this kind of thing just brings immigration service, brings you to their attention.
Y ese tipo de casos llama atención a los servicios de inmigración.
So please, everybody, stop doing that.
Por favor, deje de hacerlo.
We got enough of our own drunk driving cases without a whole bunch more added.
Tenemos suficientes casos de conducir en estado de ebriedad con las personas de aquí que para agregar más casos.
All right, I want you to take this form out to the counter.
¿Quiere que lleve ese formato?
All right, Ms. Hines, thank you.
Thank you.
May the record reflect Ms. Hines' great frustration. Record made. These pretrials are pain. Are you Charles Robert Smith? You're charged with trespass in the city of Sturgis. Let's see how long you've been in jail. Eight days.
When I first started doing this simple thumb trick to strengthen my memory, my friends laughed. But when they saw how quick...
None of these pretrials are in my queue, which is a pain in the neck. Let me find this.
Nicole Spark signed the waiver form.
All right, we'll take care of her in a minute. Mr. Smith, you got a ticket in Sturgis for trespassing and a civil infraction of retail fraud. I think the retail fraud got defaulted. You got charged with this. You failed to appear. You also had some other stuff. I did a bench warrant and you got picked up. You've been in jail for 9 days. The recommendation is just plead to the trespass charge and a time served of 9 days in jail. Trespass under Sturgis City Ordinance is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. And he recommends I give you time served, which is 9 days and the minimal allowable fine. Is that acceptable to you? You have to speak your answer. Yes? All right. Other than that, did anyone threaten you to get you to plead to this charge? Or promise you anything? All right. You don't wish to speak to me? No? All right. Let's see if we can get through this. All right. You understand that by entering this plea, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury that will be no trial. Do you understand? If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. We could appoint an attorney for you. You can hire one of your own choosing. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf. But you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Understand? Were you at the Walmart store and you had previously been told not to go back there? Or this was at 1599 East Chicago Road. I'm not sure where that is. Were you on somebody else's property without their permission? What did you do to trespass? Well, did you take some property at the Walmart store? Were you in the Walmart store? Let's see, I can figure out digital, either yes or no, on or off. It was January 15th, 2025 at 10:53 a.m. at 1599 East Chicago Road. I'm not sure what that is.
This is the reason why I canceled my doorbell camera subscription.
This new subscription-free mini Wi-Fi.
All right, it's the Party Store on Chicago Road. Were you at the Party Store on Chicago Road? party place. Were you in the parking lot there? Were you camping behind the place? Well, it's out by across from Da Vinci's. So this was in January. It was cold out. Well, if you're not going to talk to me, I'm going to send you back to the jail and let him sort it out when the prosecutor gets back. Otherwise, I was prepared to let you out of jail, but you got to tell me something. Were you someplace that they didn't want you to be?
I really don't know.
It was in January. You got a ticket. Do you remember that?
I really don't know.
Are you homeless?
I know the cop that gave me the ticket, I know that's the same cop that jumped me. I do know that.
All right. He told you not to be there?
Yeah, well, that's the same cop that jumped me, so I don't know.
All right. I think he told you not to be there and you were back there. It was January and they gave you a ticket. And you're willing to admit to trespass, and I'd rather let you out of jail.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's no information on this ticket. Mr. George isn't here to help me. Let me see what I can glean from scant pickings here. $10:43 in the morning. The officer was Damon Knapp.
Yeah, that's the same cop that jumped me.
All right, well, he's got a fine reputation as a police officer. He's been there for a long time. Was deputy chief at one time. It was at the party store or near the party store. Were you over there?
No.
Well, the day he gave you this ticket, where were you?
I really don't know.
Well, you must have been somewhere. He gave you the ticket. Was it outdoors or was it inside a building?
I was walking, so I really don't know.
Let's see what's in the booklet form. Nothing. Arrest location, Oak Lawn Park. Oh, wait a minute. That's when you just got arrested. It doesn't tell me what it is you supposedly did. Well, anyway, you didn't show up for court. Not on probation or parole, homeless, no telephone. I believe that you had been previously told not to be there. There were people that were in a homeless encampment behind there. Are you willing to plead no contest to this for the benefit of the plea offer? When you plead no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened. You allow or accept that a conviction would enter. You understand? Our back to nodding our head. Show no contest, trespass. Where are you going to go if I let you out of jail?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, if you need a bus pass, walk up here and I'll give you one. We give you 9 days jail credit, 9 days. 0 fine. A minimum fine of $125 or 2 additional days. A long way to get from point A to point B here, but I don't need to just leave you sitting in jail on a trespass charge. There's nothing else holding you. You can get out right now if somebody put up $125. Otherwise, you got to do 2 more days.
Hey, everyone.
I'm going to cut this one short today. That was Judge Middleton. Tomorrow, Judge Gaither. Yeah. Wow. But again, to all the new subscribers to this channel, please accept my to all the new subscribers to this channel, welcome to my channel and welcome to my platform, is what I'm trying to say. And to all the subscribers that are on this channel, that are still supporting my channel, thank you very much for your support. If you're not a subscriber to this channel and you like the content that's on this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel. By subscribing to this channel, you're helping this channel grow, and you're helping this platform grow. That's it for today. Ta-ta, ciao. You all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. And be good if you can.
Breakdown, you're the one I call. From the mountains high, come down to it all. With your tools in hand, making magic flow. Every broken part, you help me grow. You fix it all, you fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's right. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. Daniel, you make it better. From the wires tangled up to the broken dreams, you know how to mend all my scattered seams. With your steady hands, you refill my heart. Every piece that's lost gets a brand new start. You fix it all, you fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's bright. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. Daniel, you make it better. Fix it, Daniel, make it right. When the world shuts down, and I can't see clear, you're my solid ground, always drawing near. Never give up on this heart of mine. Put it back together every single time. Fix it all, I was standing tall to all you do. From the highest peak, I can see it through. With your care and touch, everything's